Hello everyone, welcome to this Bitcoin review where I'll be giving my thoughts on Bitcoin. No live stream today, but I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on Bitcoin, which is why I'm recording this video, alright? Tomorrow we will do a live stream for sure in the afternoon, so stay tuned for that. I will of course announce it in the Discord and on Twitter as always, alright? Before we get into the video, make sure you leave a like if you enjoy, leave a comment with what you think, subscribe if you haven't already, all the usuals, right? So with that being said, let's get into the charts, into Bitcoin. So still in the same stupid range, right? I'm straight up gonna go to the daily, right? Because that one, the daily is gonna give you a cleaner view of the range which we're trading in. Let me just bring in some more levels here. All right, beautiful. So as you can see, the current daily range where we're trading in my opinion at least, is from all of this upside, the high where we saw decent downside. Why this high, right, and not here, for example? Well, because from this high, right, we did also get a decent sized dump, but we straight Dalai Lama back up and simply went straight for new highs. Okay, instead of doing that on this dump, right, we made on, if you check on the lower time frames, right, you got the initial dump, right, and then back up, but at the area where we started dumping from, we rejected, made a lower high, and started selling off more. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm taking this as a range high. What was the high time frame low where we saw a decent sized bounce? Why I'm saying high time frame is because you're not gonna take the first hourly low where you bounce, right? But on the daily, on the 12 hour, what was the low where we saw a good bounce? Well, from this low. Okay, also in one swing from the high to the low. So that in my opinion is very clean range, okay, where we're trading in on the daily. From that low we went back to the highs, but we didn't sweep the highs, instead made a lower high and started dumping more, all the way back towards range lows. Actually swept range lows and got some decent sized upside. Then this week, clean Monday range, right? Monday high, Monday low, where we swept Monday low and Monday high is unswept. So in my opinion, there is a couple of factors to be maybe cautiously, but to be bullish, okay? First one is that Coinbase spot prices are actually trading higher at the moment than perps, right? Which is a good sign, which is also why funding is that low. Funding is negative, another good sign. And also just in general, I think a lot of people are in fear or in doubt or sort of not believing into all of the upside anymore and are losing a little bit of their patience. Okay, all of those factors added up to each other, and of course those are not even the factors you see on the chart, add up to me and make me feel like we're in for some upside at least. Okay, if we combine those factors with the chart, you can see Monday low got swept, Monday high is unswept. And if you take high time frame liquidity on this daily range, you see high time frame range high is unswept, along with that lower high right here, some highs right here and some highs right there. And high time frame liquidity to the downside has been beautifully swept. So big sweep there, big aggressive downside wick. What you usually get, right, you won't, after in a range like this, right, you won't get that sweep and instantly to new highs, right? That's what you get if you're in a breakout mode and you just get those leverage wipeouts. That's when you get those moves straight back up into new highs. But in conditions like this, where you have this bigger range and you ultimately accelerate down and get a big sweep, right? initially, so if you got your low, right, some ranging and then big sweep, initially you'll see the buyback is good, but then you'll see people FOMO in, right, who think the low is in, FOMO into longs, tight stops, we're going to new highs. What Bitcoin then tends to do is one more run, a sweep, holding this low, but actually sweeping some more lows that are formed on the way up here, taking those late longers out, right? And then ultimately probably a lot more ranging. So people once again forget the context where we're where we're trading at, and that's the moment when you break out and see higher prices. And in my opinion, that could be the case right here, where we got that sweep, right? You got a very good bounce and a very good buyback. People longing here, FOMO longing here, saying the low is in, we're going straight back to new highs, and that's when you get that that downside again. As you can see, where was key low time frame liquidity resting? Well, below this low and below this low, right? And as you can see, zooming into the 2 hour, for example, those lows got taken out on this move. Some very ugly price action, which is also a good sign, and which is also what you want to be seeing whenever price is bottoming out after sweeping high time frame liquidity. So some ugly closes, right? Everyone was thinking we were going to dump straight sub 60k again, and then as long as price holds above those levels, in my opinion, it's a great setup for some upside. Combining those factors with our Monday range and with Monday low resting around here as well, and Monday high resting all the way up here, at the highs actually, which I just explained, where people started FOMOing in, I think this is a great long setup, and I think there's a high probability that we will be trading higher. Okay, now it is important to keep in a situation like this, in my opinion, the better play is just to open some longs, average down on dips, and more importantly, keep your invalidation wide, right, below the low, the aggressive low. You will see your risk reward will be worse, right? But that allows you, and that allows especially price to sweep some lows again before ultimately, whenever it wants, making its way towards some highs. Okay, so in this case as well, I've posted it on Twitter. As you can see, I already started longing there. I actually added on my position, posted that in the Discord. So my entry is a little bit lower. Sorry, at the moment. I'm keeping my invalidation below range low. Why? Because especially when we were trading there, I felt like a sweep of these lows I would allow, but if it breaks significantly below range low again, I think at least back towards this low, but at that point that will really show weakness, and I think we will be trading a lot lower. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm in this position at the moment, and why I think there is reasons to be cautiously bullish. My first target for Bitcoin would be these highs, of course, up here and up here. So Monday high first. If we sweep those and break back within the Monday range, right, then be cautious and maybe even take some more profit. So I'll definitely close some above Monday high. If we break back below Monday high and trade back within the Monday range, right, be cautious in case we go back to Monday low and maybe even lower. But as long as we're trading in the Monday range, I think there's no reason to panic, and I even think it's not a bad idea to hunt for some longs. Okay, as I said, invalidation is if we start dumping below here, but even then I could see us just sweeping some more liquidity this low down here, right, with an aggressive sweep. And if we do that, I'll probably don't blindly long this, but if we get a decent buyback and price is holding, right, actually just the same as what we're seeing right here, I will likely hunt for fresh longs. Okay, so that's my game plan at the moment. I've got my setup, I have my reasons to be bullish, I got my invalidation. If it doesn't play out, so be it. Okay, my risk is managed, so should yours be. If it doesn't play out, that's it. Then we look for fresh setup. If it does, happy days. All right, I hope that made sense. If it did, as I said, leave a like, leave a comment with what you think. And thanks to PrimeXBT, right? There's a link in the description which you can use. If you use that link and make a deposit, you can also get free access to my Discord group where I post all of my setups and analysis live. So all you have to do is head over to the description, make an account, deposit, and send me a DM on Discord. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.